Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show Week 6. We are here at Mater Dei. The Monarchs finished up practice. We'll get to them later on in the show. I'm Jonathan Khamis. This is Dan Albano. That is Steve Fryer. Guys, we'll start off like we always do, talking about our stars of the previous week, and that was Week 5. I'll kick it off, gentlemen, going with Shane Coleman. Coleman had 9 receptions, 205 yards, and 2 touchdowns in a 31-22 victory over San Clemente. Certainly an impressive showing for Shane Coleman. Dan, you always hit us up with a defensive guy. Who do you have this week?
And Coleman, just a junior, by the way. I got a another junior linebacker from Valencia, and that's Ronnie Velasquez. I like Ronnie's first name because he makes me think about Ronnie Lott, another outstanding Hall of Fame defensive player. But Ryan Velasquez had 9 total tackles and really spearheaded a defensive effort for Valencia. They shut out previously undefeated Laguna Hills 35-0. Stat of the week for Valencia, they've only allowed 30 points in 5 games. That's 6 points a game.
That's really good. Steve, you like to go with the quarterbacks. Last week it was Patrick O'Brien. This week?
Hey, it's Cole McDonald, the quarterback over at Sonora. Threw for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ran for 140 yards and a touchdown. Sonora's big win over Liso. 1-point win. It's pretty exciting stuff. So, yeah, Cole McDonald, a couple of weeks ago we had Fimbres was our offense player of the year. So that Freeway League's looking kind of interesting with Sonora moving up, your Sunny Hills Lancers. La Habra's still good. Buena Park's got fellas. Jeez, it's a good league. Troy.
4-1.
Yeah, and we'll get to all those teams in the Freeway League later. This is our league preview. There's a lot to talk about. But first of all, we will talk about our game of the week, the reason why we're here. Undefeated 5-0 Mater Dei taking on Orange Lutheran, who is, 3-2 on the year. They are at Orange Lutheran. This game is at OCC Friday night, 7 o'clock start. Mater Dei beat Orange Lutheran last year 49-13. The last time OLU beat Mater Dei was in 2011. Dan, I've had the pleasure of watching Mater Dei play once or twice this season. It's tough for me to imagine a county team beating them. They just seem like they have everything that you need to win a championship. Does Orange Lutheran, can they present a tough time for the Monarchs?
I think so. I think this will be a good game. The Trinity League is so competitive. Yeah. I'm expecting nothing to change over the past several years. These games have been tight, especially in the first round. Orange Lutheran, I think, has improved this year. I like they have really good linemen on both sides of the line. They have this junior safety, Brandon McKinney. You got Northington's experienced quarterback. They run the ball really well, which they like to do. I think their pass game's improved. They got some playmakers when they do throw it. So, and Mater Dei has got some youth, a lot of juniors. I think Coach Rollinson said 6 juniors starting on defense. So, but the defense has been playing well, but I expect a close game.
It's going to be one of those games where Mater Dei's going to run the football, control the clock, keep it out of, Orange Lutheran's offense's hands. So that'll be interesting to see. And then, the continued progression of the freshman quarterback, JT Daniels. We'll see what he's got going too. Orange Lutheran's going to go after him. Man, they got to go after him. Freshman quarterback, you got to go after him. Same thing on the other side too. If I'm Mater Dei, you got to play pretty steady assignment football to stop that Orange Lutheran offense. And, keep in mind, Orange Lutheran, 3-2, but those 2 losses to Centennial of Corona and De La Salle. So, man, those are some tough teams right there, 1-2 in the state. So it'll be interesting to see how this one rolls out. I think everybody's going to figure Mater Dei is going to win, and Mater Dei better not take this one lightly because, this is the best team Coach Peterson's had there probably in 4 years, right?
All right. Mater Dei, 5-0, undefeated. Congratulations. Your prize, your reward, you start the Trinity League against Orange Lutheran. Here are the Monarchs' thoughts.
You got a lot of formations coming at you. You got a lot of motions coming at you. So, how many adjustments can you make? At a certain point, you just got to say, look, fellas, they could do this, they could do that. If they do it, we'll call timeout and look at the iPad and figure it out.
They come out real low and hard on the D-line. I respect it a lot. I think their linebackers fly around real well. I think they got a great secondary. It's going to be a real tough game for us, I think.
Constant competition and just playing against some of the most elite athletes is just what you want to do. Is what you dream about when you're a kid.
Thanks to Mater Dei for hosting us tonight here on the Gridiron Show. It's getting late, but we still have 2 more games to cover, guys. that include 2 Freeway League teams. I think this league has the potential to be, second, third best. We will see. Time will tell. Buena Park versus Fullerton. Both teams are 4-1. This is at Fullerton Friday at 7 o'clock. And before we get to the game, we have some breaking news going on with the Coyotes. They had 2 new players last week, Dan.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Anthony White today, updating some player movement. But he said that Tariq Johnson, who is a junior 6'3", 220-pound junior wide receiver linebacker who was at L.A. Hawkins, has been at Orange Lutheran last couple weeks. He arrived about 3 weeks ago, played mostly his full action last week against Western in a lopsided victory by the Coyotes. And then today, the first day of school was for junior receiver from Lakewood, Victor Bates, who's 6 foot 175, has offers from Oregon State. So he's just enrolled.
What can the Indians do to counter this high-powered attack that just got even more explosive?
Well, what they're going to have to do is ball control and make sure that Buena Park doesn't get a lot of possessions, and field position that too. Fullerton is 4-1. Their only loss is to St. Paul, which is, okay, it's not the St. Paul of, the 70s and 80s, but still pretty good football over there. And do they have really a big win over there? I don't know. I don't really see a really huge win over there. They beat Cypress, shut them out. But so I really don't know how good Fullerton is, despite being 4-1. But those kids, it's always a scrappy bunch at Fullerton, man. A lot of tribe pride over there. So we'll see how that one works out. But I'd say Buena Park, they already had speed to begin with. Now they got more of it.
Finally, guys, it's a Sunset League showdown. Usually this is the game that kind of defines the Sunset League, and we're getting the first game of the Sunset League season. Now, both teams are 2-3. That is Edison and Los Alamitos. This game is at Edison. Thursday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Edison lost to Los Alamitos last year, 35-14. In fact, the last time the Chargers beat the Griffins was back in 2012. Like I mentioned, Dan, both of these teams on a losing streak, so something's got to give.
Yeah, Los Al's actually lost 3 in a row. So, that's pretty rare that they would lose 4 in a row on any season under Coach.
And more importantly, they're out of the top 10. So there's that.
I don't know if they. I mean, but Coach Barnes, made the comment last week. When we talked to him before the game against Narbonne, was they're about winning the Sunset League title, and that's something that they take a lot of pride in. And this is Los Al will look at this as their season, and I kind of thought last year that they celebrated tremendously after they beat Edison last year, and I actually think that hurt them in the playoffs. And I think they were down emotionally. But I think this is going to be a really good game. Edison. I think Edison did a lot of positives against Mater Dei, especially with that attack of Grant Lowry and Garrett White. That was really that's a lot of yards against a really good Mater Dei defense. So I think Edison's going to give Los Al everything they can handle. This is going to be a really good game.
Do you agree?
I agree too. I think that Talenko to Gasser combo that we saw against San Juan Hills, remember Jonathan? Really good. They've got to use that one again. Los Al does if they're going to get a win. But I really like Edison's spirit. I like their style. I think they're a scrappy bunch. I think Edison physically is the best team in the Sunset League. The way they get after it, the way they hit. Things I always look for in football games are team speed on defense and how physical you are in the fourth quarter. And I think that Edison might have the advantage in both of those. We're going to find out Thursday at Orange Coast College. I had Huntington Beach High. I'm looking forward to that one.
All right, thanks to Dan Albano. Thanks to Steve Fryer. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. And for all your latest high school football updates on Thursday and Friday, check out OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.